Hi, my name is Valencia and welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you being here and I'm so excited to share this with you because I realized it a few days ago and I was thinking about sharing it and then I wondered if it was good enough, just being 100% honest with you. And I decided today that it is. And I know that this is going to help so many people so much. And that's more important than me, like worrying about my insecurities. Um, with that being said, this video is it's about techniques and like how do you know what techniques actually work? Like which manifesting techniques work best? And what I want to what I really want to say to you is that the entire purpose of a technique, and I just did a video on this too about like what did Neville Goddard mean when he said move? The entire purpose of a technique is to help you move. It's to help you be in the state of living in the end. And the way that you know if the technique is working is if it helps you move. And movement is energy in motion. So it's emotion. So that being said, the right technique for you to use is whichever technique actually produces like a change in feeling in your body, not just in your thinking, but also in your body. And I want to make this video and give you some more information about it because I feel like, like it's been really confusing lately, right? And there's a lot of other people talking about law of assumption now because it's so popular and it's working for a lot of people. But what it really, like, what I've noticed is that, like, people say, I guess everyone's saying what works for them, but I want to tell you like what has worked for me and what works consistently for me is it's not just using the same technique over and over. And I know that's what a lot of you are doing. And if you are doing that, I want to tell you that is actually like doing the same thing over and over, like just because you're hoping that you're going to manifest your SP back, or you're going to manifest in more money, or you're going to manifest this new house. Doing that same thing over and over again, even when it doesn't feel good to you, when you're just doing it like because someone else said this, or I heard this, so this worked for this one person, so that must mean that it's the right thing. No, the right technique for you is the right tech is the right technique for you is the one that makes you feel differently in that moment. So what does that mean? And I'm also I preface this, that would have been at the beginning. I'm gonna insert this into the middle. I'm not the type of person who's like, and every day I'm gonna wake up and script, and every day I'm gonna wake up and meditate in the morning, because honestly to me, like, that feels really boring. Like, that shit is just boring. Who wants to do that? Like, doesn't that just sound like another version of a job? And you don't want your manifesting to be a job. You want your manifesting to be an expression of you. And if you like doing things every day, the same thing every day, that's amazing. But my point is, you need to vibe with yourself. You need to care more about what you think than you need to care more about what you think than what I think, or what all of these other, like, they're all over the place now. All of these other people are saying. The right technique for you right now is the one that makes you feel better right now. And so just to give you that's like the information. And now I'm going to give you some examples in my own life. Because what was happening was that I found I was feeling really good. And then I noticed that I was starting to judge myself. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe it's because, I haven't meditated like in the morning every morning. So then I started meditating in the morning, like, just because, and I noticed that my life wasn't really changing, and it felt like things were slowing down. And so if you can relate to that, just like this video. If you're like, somebody said to do this and I did this and things are slowing down, like this video, because you're not alone, and I'm not alone either. So after I realized that, I realized, you know what, in this moment, honestly, right now, meditating is not, I didn't even feel better after I meditated. Like sometimes meditating isn't the answer. And so what I did was something that I love to do. It's just another thing I love to do. I took a walk. I took a walk, and there aren't a lot of other. I just don't. I feel like I don't hear people talking about this all the time. But like basically, I went to go exercise, and while I was exercising, like I wasn't like ruminating about all of the things that I wish were different. I like to live in the end when I walk. I call it like taking a walk in the end. So I when I shut the door to my apartment, it's like I'm shutting the door on like whatever I was experiencing, and just like allowing myself to imagine what it would be like on this walk, and everything is amazing. Everything is exactly as I want it. And I get to do that because it's a walk, like it's a neutral event. So I can decide to live in the end on that walk. And I know I'm always going to take walks because I just love walking. So I know I'm going to be walking still, like when like a lot of these things do happen. So yeah, I just decided to do it. But so in this example, the point is like I tried doing what I thought I should do, and it did not make me feel better. And I realized, oh, like what do I actually want to do right now? It's take a walk. Doing what I felt like I needed to do to feel better is what actually like helped me to feel better and to access that state of living in the end. So when you're doing techniques, if you don't like scripting, you don't have to script, and you can achieve all of your dreams. There are people who have achieved their dreams without writing anything down. There are people who have achieved their dreams without ever visualizing it. Like I feel like on shows and interviews and stuff, people say like, I never saw myself here. Well, guess what? Like when I'm being interviewed, I'm going to be like, yeah, I definitely saw myself here. I saw myself here several times because I like visualization, and that generally makes me feel good. So, like what is another one? Meditating, visualizing, scripting. My point is that you don't have to do these things like just because other people say that you do. You want to do whatever it is that helps you sink into the wish fulfilled, whatever helps you live in the end. And if going on an affirmation rampage and saying like I got it, wow, this is so fun, I love my life now, I love my millions, if that feels good to you and you don't feel like you're lying, then go ahead and keep doing that. And that is amazing. And you're not doing anything wrong just because some people affirm and it doesn't help them. The right affirmation for you is not the right affirmation. The right technique for you is the technique that helps you to move emotionally, that helps to put your energy in motion. And it's the technique that helps you live in the end, and only you get to decide which technique that is. I don't decide that for you, and neither does anyone else. You get to decide. Your voice is important. What feels good to you is important, and you are important. Your desires are important. And so another thing that I wanted to add to this, I wanted to give you some suggestions in case you're doing techniques and maybe you feel some self-doubt about which techniques to use. So I just wanted to share some of my experiences. I use different techniques at different times. And like, as I said before, it's all about like what feels good to me in the moment. I don't like try to like put it all on affirmations and then like my entire thing is going to be affirming. And then when I feel like terrible, like there's a video I made a few weeks back where I felt really bad. When I'm down in the dumps, I'm not over here saying affirmations because in that moment it does feel like a lie. So if affirmations feel like a lie to you, this is just allow yourself to open to this. It could be that maybe you like affirmations sometimes, and in that moment you just weren't in a place, to use them. or maybe the affirmations you were using like were so far away from what you were feeling that it felt like you were just like, I'm just doing this like to try to get this manifestation. And then it feels like you're being fake with yourself. And I feel like our souls like don't want us to be fake. Like our intuition doesn't want us to be fake. So that's why it didn't feel good to you in that moment. But it's possible that, you know, you might wake up tomorrow and you might feel really good, and you might start trying on some affirmations like, oh, I'm a goddess. I am loved. I am amazing. And that might feel like more genuine to you when you're starting off in a better place. Does that make sense? Yeah, let me know in the comments if what I'm saying makes sense. Like, and oh, something else I was thinking, okay, I love daydreaming, and I just want to propose, if you naturally daydream, and then you're probably already great at thinking of scenes, and visualizing might work more for you. Like it might feel very good to visualize because you already do it. Another suggestion is if you like reading, then visualizing might be really fun for you. For scripting, I was thinking like, if you already enjoy the process of writing, if you already think of yourself as a writer, maybe you write poetry, maybe you write your own music, maybe you just like to write your thoughts in a journal, then scripting might feel really good for you to try if you've never tried it before, because it's just an extension of something that you're already naturally doing, instead of following the crowd. I feel like that's what happens a lot in the manifestation community. Like we follow the crowd and try to do what other people are doing so we can have like what they have. But I want to let you know that you don't have to do that. Like you can make up your own technique, like kind of like I did with walking, and it could be painting. If you really like art, then maybe you might want to paint a picture of something that you'll have when you've manifested what you want. So those are just a few examples of like, if you already have this personality, then this might work for you. It might work for you more than other people. But the essence of this video is I want you to, people say it's not about the techniques, but I want to let you know why. Like I want to explain this concept. It's about you. It's not about the techniques. It's about you, and it's about you moving, and you being able to move into the end. I think that's what people mean when they say that. Like it's not about the specific technique that you use. It's about who are you? Like who am I? Where do I want to go? And what technique am I using right now, like that is going to help me feel like closer to that. I hope that makes sense. But as I said, the essence of this is your voice is important. Like what feels good to you is important. And at the end of the day, like after you watch these videos, you want to look at yourself and ask yourself what to do next. You don't have to ask us. You have an internal voice, and it is just as strong and beautiful, and it is just as true, and it's going to be true for you. I'm speaking to you all because I care about you, and I want you to know, and I think it's really fun to talk about this and all the time, but I want you to know that ultimately the whole point of me doing this is so that you know that you don't have to pretend to be someone else, like to have what you want. You can be yourself, and you can have what you want. And and in the future, I think I'm going to, well, I guess we'll see. Well, thank you so much for being here. That was so weird. I don't know. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please like it and share it. And if you want to hear more videos about manifestation, like manifesting and having fun and being a real human, like manifesting as a person, not manifesting as a robot, then subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I love you, and I hope that you have a good night. Bye bye.